All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Sunday watch list. Pretty much a lot of the setups that we have, we're like pretty close to highs, right? But I am seeing a lot of potential on some names. Before we get into that, let's cover some of the economic events that are coming up this week. We have FOMC minutes. So it's just kind of like a recap of what happened at the FOMC meeting. We have initial jobless claims on Thursday. And those are some of the main ones. So as far as earnings go too, some big companies are reporting, but kind of like towards the end of the month and like next week. So this week we don't have a lot of major companies reporting, so we should be good on that. Let's get right into it. Okay, so here we got SPY. Last week's low is at pretty much 616 to 614. This is going to be a key area to watch. On the daily, we have a gap fill from 622 to pretty much 620.6. That's probably something we should definitely keep eye on. Definitely showing strength. We're just that high. So I'm going to show you guys some names that I like a little bit more. And with this, another thing we need to take note of is that the fear and greed index is at extreme greed. So that's something we definitely want to take note of. Now, the main key levels to watch is just going to be some of these psychological levels. Well, how I'm really going to be trading SPY if I were to trade SPY is correlating it with ES, kind of like 6,300. We broke above 6,300 on Thursday, and then we failed to hold it Friday's open on futures. So 6,300 is going to be a key level. Do we, reclaim and get back above that? If we do, we can target Thursday's high in the 63.30s. If not, right, we could target these lows right here at 62.70s and probably like 62.38s if it gets very weak. Now, all I'm going to do is just correlate that with SPY. It's probably going to correlate to some of these gap fills that we have here and potentially even these last week's lows if things get very weak. Now, that's going to be SPY. Let's go into QQQ. QQQ, very similar. I'm going to be correlating it with NASDAQ. The key level on NQ was 23K. And then last week's high was at pretty much 22,930. So I will be taking a very close look at some of these levels here. We're going to get into some individual names right now. I think it's just very important to kind of take note of where we're currently at here on ES, NQ, SPY, and QQ. If we get very weak, I do see a lot of last week's levels being retested, probably like Wednesday's lows, right? Maybe like Thursday's lows. We have to take a close look at that. And depending on how we open up, right? There's gonna be SPY and Qs. Nothing like not like the best or best game plan so far, but some individual names that I do really like is gonna be like Apple. We go to the weekly chart on Apple. We're seeing a lot of strength here. And this is a high that we've been struggling to pretty much break here. It's this 214 since April. We haven't touched this level since, back April and May. And here we are approaching it with some strength, kind of like pre-earnings run up. If we do get above that 214, then we have potential room into this 217, maybe even 220s. On the daily chart, we have a gap fill. So the gap fill ends around like 220s. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be looking to see if we hold that. If we stay below it, I'm just gonna wait. Right. I'm not gonna be too interested in it. It's a either do we break and hold above? If not, I'm not interested. Let's go into some other names. Microsoft is approaching 500. This is a very key level. So I want to see what's going to happen here at 500. Do we break and hold above or do we keep rejecting it? That's pretty much as simple as the game plan is going to be on Microsoft. Just take a look at that 500 and potentially wait for a reaction there. This is a good setup. If we do break and hold that, I could see us squeezing a lot more. Amazon, I actually really, really like this name. This is top watch, probably better than Apple and Microsoft. If we got a beautiful trend line here, we got one, two, three, four, like almost like five touches here, right? And we just broke these highs on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we retested on Thursday. If we retest that again, and if we hold that area, that 221, 222 area, I will be looking for a bounce there for a room to 225. We get above 225, Amazon has nothing but room to 229. So this could potentially be another like pre-earnings run up. The weekly chart looks great. Also, look at that bullish dragonfly doji here on the weekly. I really like that. So yeah, the next target is like really like 228. This one setup right here looks great. I'm probably gonna focus on this a lot. This is gonna be top watch. Nvidia's at highs, so I don't really want to I'll probably wait for some type of dip buy pullback before I really start trading this. 160 psychological, if you want to keep an eye on that. Google. Google also looks really good. It's just going from zone to zone. Notice how we pretty much rejected. Look at how we reject here on June 10th, and then we reject again here on June 30th very aggressively. And then the dip got bought right back up. And now we're starting to break and hold, reclaim some of these levels, 177, 177 here. So now we're approaching 180s again. What's going to happen here? That is the main area to watch. Do we hold it or do we fail again? If we can break and hold above that, Google looks very strong, even on the weekly. Potential room to like 183. I like Amazon more, but this name doesn't look too bad. Meta, on the other hand, looks a little bit weaker than some of these names, right? We rejected all-time highs, failed to hold them. We're kind of making a lower high here off the 725, 726 area. Really rejected that area pretty aggressively on Friday. Kind of looks like we may break below the 705, 710. So as far as meta goes, it doesn't look the strongest right now. Neither does Tesla if we take a look at Tesla. So if there was going to be some names that show weakness, it could potentially be this one. And Tesla, tried to rebound from the 294. And the key level here on Tesla was, I believe it was like, okay, so like we got a key level here at 310, 309 to like 311 area. So a lot of multiple bounces in this area. Now, what is going to happen here on Tesla? Do we hold this 311, this 310, 311 area? Or do we get back under it? If we get back under it, I definitely see it going back into the 300s and even like 294s. So if we do hold and we get back above 320s, this could be an easy squeeze into 300, sorry, 330s. So the main area to watch, kind of like that pivot area that's gonna help me gain direction on Tesla is gonna be 310, 311. If we stay above it, we potentially have room to 320s, 330s. If we get below it, I definitely see us pushing to 300s. So it depends where we open up at, but that's the main area to watch. Nothing in between. Notice how I want you guys to notice how I kind of have like these areas, right? Before we get into the next setup though, I did drop a Discord, kind of give you guys like a sneak peek of what we got going on in here. Pretty much is going to include daily live trading, Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. It's going to include 2 lessons per week, probably more, just where you guys do a Q&A. We go over some chart setups, and then you guys could ask as many questions as you guys would like. And it's also going to pretty much just, as you guys can see, there's people in here chatting, some of the gains in here. So far, it's the first week, but you guys can use code July 4 and it'll give you guys 20% off. So I extended it. It was supposed to end yesterday, Saturday, but I'm extending it today for the Sunday watches for those of you guys who do watch. So July 4, the link will be in the description. And I'm very confident that a lot of you guys are going to learn a lot in there because I know some people are visual learners. So for those who are visual learners, I know that's going to help you guys out a lot. But the next setup is going to be, let's see, those are pretty much the main setups, guys. PLTR. Let's take a look at it. PLTR doesn't look too interesting here. Unless we reclaim 136, this is a reversal here on PLTR. This is signs of reversal here because, we're failing to make a lower low. And if we reclaim this demand here, this is where we took our trade this week. We shorted PLTR for like over 50% off that 136. Now, if we reclaim that, that actually looks amazing. So there's some good setups this week, guys. And then we don't have a lot of like economic data in the way. We don't have like the big earnings this week. They're approaching, so maybe we can get like some pre-earning run-ups. But yeah, we don't look too bad. We don't look too bad at all. And then that's gonna be the Sunday watches, guys. We are at highs. This is the extreme greed, so we have to start like being very cautious. And I like buying pullbacks, right? I like buying the dip off of pullbacks instead of chasing highs. So names that still have room to highs is going to be Amazon. Amazon still has room. Who else? Google still has room. So I'd probably focus on the names that still have room. Microsoft 500 is very psychological, so I do really like that setup. And then we'll see what Tesla wants to do, right? We'll see what Tesla wants to do. Other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this Sunday watch this, and I hope you guys have a great trading week. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see a lot of you guys in there. Peace.